What's up, everybody? Rolling Pin Podcast. I'm here to wish y'all a happy Sunday, and I want to tell y'all that I'm grateful this Sunday for everything that y'all been doing for me up until this point. You know what I mean? Start from 2020 all the way up. I looked at some posts from back then, and people were drawing me and whatnot, and I'm truly thankful for that. And I want to jump on that and say that. I got the CEO of the Rolling Pin Podcast with me today, and today he's gonna be auditing, my performance and giving me a grade, Annually we get an audit, so he's coming by. He's making sure I'm doing my part. And today what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be shouting out some wrestling art in the community because I haven't done that in a long time, and I want to make sure I consistently do that, being who I am. So we're gonna start off with the first person, man. We're gonna jump right in. The Drawing Outpost. I gotta give a shout out to him because I woke up this morning and his artwork was the first one that I saw, and he followed the Rolling Pin Podcast. So I want to let's just give him a round of applause, man. Shout out to you, man, for following the Rolling Pin Podcast. And shout out to you for drawing this Mick Foley. I like Mick Foley. I grew up with Mick Foley. Mankind more so. And you told me Mankind was your favorite out of the three. But nonetheless, this is still a great depiction of Foley because he's a legend. Shout out to you, and thank you for following the Rolling Pin Podcast. I'm going to continuously shout out your artwork. Legit Art Brandon, shout out to you, man. As always, man, you've been sticking with the Rolling Pin Podcast for a minute now, and you have been very, very consistent with your artwork. So I want to put the spotlight on you and put the spotlight on the Street Profits, because Street Profits are doing their thing, or at least they trying to the best to their ability against Rude and Ziggler. But I really like how you did this. Shout out to the Street Profits, man. They revolutionizing tag team wrestling as we know it. So along with Bianca Belair, I like this whole thing is set up. We want the smoke. Chroma Slam. I had to shout this out because this is so different. You know what I mean? Everybody draws Macho Man how he looks. I mean, he does look like the Macho Man because I pulled him up. But this is a very bizarre take on the Macho Man. You know what I mean? You got his body big at the top. You got his legs real small. So all his macho is up in his upper body. He left the macho. He didn't inflate his legs in the morning. But this is dope. I like this. And I want to give you a shout out because, different is good in the art world. So Chroma Slam, shout out to you for this Macho Man, Randy Savage. I see that you actually did put the work in. I saw another photo of this. Like, you had the whole fucking setting laid out and whatnot. So I definitely wanted to, put recognition on that. Macho Man got a thick ass neck, don't he? Look at that neck. Neck thick as hell. Dope. Cartoons. Shout out to Cartoons because Cartoons actually put the spotlight on George the Animal Steele and vintage wrestling cards. Nobody really puts the spotlight on George the Animal Steele. You know what I mean? So the fact that he did that, either he really likes George the Animal Steele or he just wanted to have a different take or do something that was, out of the norm for people to do. I actually caught a George the Animal Steele match against Macho Man from the WWE Network, and I like to say that his character was nice, like for the time period that it was in. Very barbaric guy. So this is dope. And these cards right here, these blue ones, especially that Ric Flair one, man, them shits go for a lot right now. So I want to look into that. Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill might be my wrestling crush for real. Is it bad to have a wrestling crush with a body that's better than yours? We doing that? Yeah, I like Jade Cargill. Her abs are so beautiful. You know what I mean? They're so strong. And you depicted that, J-Rock, Among Us. Good job on this Jade Cargill. You got her abs looking like a 6-pack of buttery Hawaiian rolls. Looking real good. Jade Cargill, in all seriousness, if you want to come on the Rolling Pin Podcast, be my guest. Would love to have you as a guest. In all seriousness, this is good. This is good work. All right, I'm gonna get you going down there. He said I'm doing a good job. So there you go. Good play. Venitude Art, shout out to you, man, for this Ultimate Warrior. I want to definitely give you a shout out for that because it looks like you drew this in the future, but this is in the past with the game system that he has. So I can't tell if he in the year 3000 or he in the 80s. This is dope. I like this Venitude Art. Shout out to you for this Ultimate Warrior. I want to hit you up too about this digital art because your shit looking good, man. I really do want to say that. Let's give a shout out to Vent too. Art, his artwork is looking good digitally. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, man. Beautiful piece. Cartoonish. Shout out to you and shout out to Cesaro. I did get the opportunity to watch SmackDown, and I don't have, I wanted to use this time to cover current events while we're talking about the artwork as well. Cesaro is now going up against Roman Reigns. Now, if Roman Reigns cleans up on Cesaro, then ain't nobody else left on his WWE roster that Roman Reigns could possibly face other than Big E, fucking Apollo. But they doing the Intercontinental thing right now, so man, I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. If Cesaro does win, that'll be a very, very big upset. But he does have the heart of a champion. So I want to give a big shout out to Cesaro, and I want to give a big shout out to you, cartoonists, for following the Rolling Pin Podcast. Really do appreciate that. Come here, buddy. Yeah, I need that. Horde Moore, shout out to you. Going back to WrestleMania Night 1, I wanted to put the spotlight on all the recent winners of WrestleMania Night 1 again. They all did their thing, and they all put on a great show. Horde Moore, you did a good job at depicting this in a very cartoonish way. So I thought this was pretty dope. Out of all these people, I gotta say, Bad Bunny, I see him down there doing his thing. But out of the chance, Bianca Belair, she really held it down. So ultimate, awesome night 1 at WrestleMania. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope everybody who's watching this video enjoyed WrestleMania, who I didn't get the opportunity to swing around and say that to. AJB the artist, Samoa Joe, has been released from the WWE. It's another current event that's going on that I should bring up, and I want to take this opportunity to do that while shouting out your artwork. Looking at Samoa Joe, I really did love his commentating on Raw. I mean, I forgot which one he was on. Was he on Raw? Well, he was commentating. Nonetheless, for the WWE, and I gotta say that his commentating really kept me engaged. He was on Raw. And Raw wasn't the better show out of SmackDown and Raw, but Samoa Joe actually livened it up, if I could say that. You know what I mean? His commentating really kept the energy going throughout the night. But we're gonna just see how this all works out. I think it's just gonna take some adjusting because our ears have gotten used to hearing Samoa Joe on the mic. Nonetheless, I hope that he goes and finds a better pathway for himself as he continues his career and as he navigates in the wrestling world. You know what I mean? So shout out to you, AJB the artist, and shout out to Samoa Joe. Thank you for being consistent. Thank you for following the Rolling Pin Podcast. Out of all 3 women in this post, because I did have the opportunity to watch WWE NXT. This is another current event. They all got together in the ring. For those who don't know, they all celebrated their recent championship victories and their wins together in the ring. And they all came from NXT, so this is a pretty dope moment, But I did ask the question who I think is going to lose their title first, and I got to say probably Raquel Gonzalez, because the NXT roster is so competitive that you could lose that title at any moment, for real, as we saw with Kushida and Santos Escobar. But nonetheless, I'm not taking anything from these women. This is a powerful time for women to be wrestlers. We haven't seen anything like this in the past, and I just wanted to put the spotlight on women wrestling real quick and just say congratulations to these 3 women. And shout out to you, Bindman Art, for doing this. That's pretty much all I got. This was the Rolling Pin Podcast on a Sunday, and I just wanted to jump on here and give thanks because I'm thankful. You know what I mean? I'm thankful that we can, do this. And I like taking the tour through the wrestling art hashtag because it's like walking through a museum but online. So this is dope. Green Series is still underway. I'm going to be doing the Green Series. Make sure y'all check that out. Make sure y'all support my artwork as well as I continuously drop mine. That's all I really got, man. Shout out to everybody who's not even in this post, who's doing the art, because, you might have a chance to be on the Rolling Pin Podcast too. Y'all have a great day. It's Gary Fools signing out. And I passed my audit.
Whenever you're with me, people always talking about reputation. I don't care about your other girls. Just be good to me. Ooh.